Hey guys, it's Joe at zipdeal.com. Just going to do a quick video this morning just to look over Jetta that I purchased from a friend who has maintained and taken well care of this car, but I have been doing some work on it, and one of the things I'm going to show you today is that changing out the air filter for the interior cabin. Something that needs to be done roughly, I think manufacturers say anywhere between 7 and 15,000 miles depending on your make and model of your vehicle, but I am going to change this one out today. I think the one of the signs that you need to change it is that you might have an ammonia smell or something that doesn't smell as fresh when you first turn on the air conditioning. So I have no idea what we'll find, but we'll take a look. But my purpose here of today's video is to really get inside and show you with your iPhone or any other phone, you can use the YouTube app to actually publish a video. So if you're walking around your store and maybe you have products that you want to represent for your company, you could quickly take a video and pop it up on your WordPress site after publishing it into YouTube. So real simple process, but just something that you may not be aware of. So first thing I'm going to do is there's a couple items that you will need. And as I'm dropping them into my seat and putting up my cup of coffee, you'll probably want to get something like a trash bag just to put down in that area, and go ahead and cover up the carpet, because if there is any debris like leaves or whatnot that might be inside of the cabin where the cabin filter is, obviously you don't want to get that content on your carpet or on your floor mats, especially if you just had them clean like I just did. So just get you a good plastic bag or paper bag or anything just to catch the debris if there is any that come out, like such. And then the real easy thing, or the next thing that you need to do and be aware of, is that you need to, in this particular car, go through the process of pulling down the filter. So I'm going to put this on pause, and then I'll see you in a second. Alright, part two of this clip will be to look at in a Jetta. If you have a Mark V Jetta, there's a couple of clips, both here and then here, that you just have to unscrew these clips. So we'll unscrew these and then basically just pull down this foam cover here that goes over where the jets are, and also that covers the access panel to where the air filter is located. Okay, so now I have the foam cover here is ready to be pulled down. It just pretty much just slides out. So we'll get that out of the way. And then for the VW and Audi products, that the way they have this configured, which I don't necessarily like this change that they made in the Mark V chassis, but what they did was that they moved the access from underneath the hood to where you replace the interior vent filter, and then they put it into the interior side. So the biggest problem is that potentially you actually take in a lot of debris into the intake, and versus the other way, it was inside the engine compartment, and there was no way for it to get past that particular inlet. So I think on these cars, now that they've moved this to the interior, is one of the contributing reasons why you might get a musty or kind of vinegar smell whenever you run your air conditioning or regular vents, because there is contamination potentially from outside of the cabin that's brought dirt and debris and leaves and whatnot into the particular section on the car where the filter is stored. So long story short is, and we'll just take a look at this one. It's pretty simple. You just pull that panel out to the left, and you can see just a little bit of debris here. We'll see how dirty this filter is. I think she told me that she had it replaced once. And so this car's got a little bit over 100,000 miles on it. So the filter doesn't look too bad, but nonetheless, there is some dirt and whatnot inside of the filter. And it's probably, the smell's not necessarily coming from the filter itself, but as you can see, there is a lot of content here. So it needs to be replaced. Like I said earlier, I think these filters on average need to be changed about, manufacturers say, between 7,500 and 15,000 miles. I think you can probably easily get away with 20,000 miles or maybe even 25,000. But you do need to be aware that most cars now have these, which helps reduce interior contaminants as well as reducing dust in your vehicle. So if you notice a lot of newer cars, they don't have much dust inside. Well, one of the main contributing factors is that they do have one of these filters, which actually stop a lot of dirt getting into the car. Make sure that you replace these periodically. So the second thing that you need to know about, and I don't recommend that you do this all the time, nor should you use this type of product all the time inside of your house, but every once in a while it is important to do something with some Lysol and clean out some of the different things in your house. And in this particular case, you can buy about a $25, $35 can of disinfectant, more or less, that will take care of any kind of bacteria that's growing inside your ductwork. So what you want to do, though, is instead of paying that kind of money, you can just go get a $5 bottle of Lysol. Make sure you get whatever kind of scent that you're comfortable with. It won't stay in the system for long, only maybe for a couple days until the AC is actually able to clean out with condensation the particular scent, and it won't take long at all. It'll be a really quick process. But what you'll need to do then is take a can of Lysol and go ahead and just turn on the vent system, and once you do that, then you can spray the Lysol up into where the filter actually goes. You can also put this cover back on and then open the hood and spray it from the inside to make sure that you get the intake portion of it, and that will help clear it out. It's just important to do it maybe for just a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of time, but you do need to make sure that you get enough volume and content into the air conditioning system to get it saturated enough with Lysol to kill all the bacteria that may be inside. So the next step is, and I'll do some different screenshots for the blog post, but then the next step would be to go back and show you how to actually use the YouTube app on your phone and post directly to your particular YouTube channel. So I hope this content will be informative for you and help you understand that there's things that you can do really rapidly to not only promote things that are in your store, but then have just a quick conversation with your customers about different services or products that you offer.